be under no illusions that they're going to get out of wherever the hell this is headed and vaguely resemble the actual story that Robert Jordan put into so many books.
Okay, cut.
Well, that's a wrap on season 2.
Can't wait for you guys to see it.
Wow. This is weird. It's really weird. All of this is really weird going on with this show. And I think a lot of us know that. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to shout you out in a chat in a minute. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. I want to say hey to Aldan, Nerdporial, Prophet of the Dragon. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you to the 13 people in chat. And yes, I'm even going to remember to bring everybody in. We're going to go through real quick. We've got Staplebow is with us. Who else do we have? We've got Gadfly Fiction. All you guys been dropping excellent comments in everybody's videos. Everybody that's making videos, it's fantastic to see you. We got Nerdscape is in here as well. Vic Rattlehead, it's great to see you. You guys are freaking awesome. If I missed you, we will catch you up and we will be doing chat. We've also got Cian Bloodbane. That's a cool name. It's also a cool porn star name. But first thing we're going to do, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but we're going to look at something that I don't think anybody was expecting today. I honestly don't. And, okay, I know how to stream. I haven't done this in so long. I forgot how to do this. Let's see. Here we go. All right, here we go. I want to start with Brian's reaction. I've already heard Steve's chat's reaction. Let's talk about randomly dumping 3 pictures without any warning on social media as promoting your show, and then using social media to tell the world that you're finally dropping a trailer for your show. Let's talk. Nerdporial, what do you think about that?
About this picture right here? Wow.
Yes.
It looks like a horn. It looks like a ram horn, like just smothering her. What is that? Is that supposed to be like her heart? Right there. Is that what that little sphere of light in the middle where those 2 weaves are meeting?
I don't know. Eldan, I've heard Steve talk about this. What do you think about this stuff? Apparently, this is the new and improved weaving, the patterns.
Well, I'm gonna have a slightly different take than most of you boys on this. I think I don't hate this. I think I mentioned it on Steve's video. I don't hate it. I think what we've got here is Eggy doing her weaves without using her hands early on, I suppose, rather than that being a rare thing for the Ice Dog, which is not unexpected. I like the look of Elaine in the background, man.
Yeah, Elaine looks good.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, I said that.
Even Eggy, this looks like. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this looks like up the bum Eggy doing something, getting grumpy about shit and throwing a tantrum. So
yeah,
I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't.
No, and I think that's the reason why, again, they dropped these pictures. This is probably the only stuff in the show that could be vaguely. Maybe it's the uncanny valley. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Our souls are not full of hate. We would like nothing better than to get an actual show. We got a couple other pictures today. We got Perrin breathing out of his mouth, but that's a duplicate pretty much of everything we've ever got. And then I think the most laughable of all, and Steve, you did a great job covering it on your video, was we got yet another shot of laying on a horse in the woods.
Yeah, and confused. Yeah.
So it was kind of a nothing burger except for this. Of course, we also then got the announcement that 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, we're getting a season 2 trailer. Now, the thing about this is that we've all been saying this for a while, but I think the reason why they keep showing us the same, what I perceive to be the same, probably 20 minutes or maybe a couple of minutes out of 2 episodes, is because that is the only thing that is recognizable at all from this adaptation. I'm going to go to you on that one, Nerdporial. Why do you think they've waited so long to give a trailer?
Because I think the stuff that they had was shit. And sorry, I wasn't sure if I want.
You can say that. Just Steve is an F-bomb machine. Yeah,
same here.
I didn't even get the comment on the picture.
I know.
Oh my God.
Dude, you already did a video. All right, like, sorry. Do you want to wait? Sorry.
Well,
let's Steve comment on the picture.
I just had one observation. No, because I'm actually curious because I think she's still got the Adam on. So that was my only contestation is. If she's still got the Adam on, why is she channeling? So
she doesn't have the Adam on.
She's got something extra on there, and then regardless. Hold on. Just hold on. So there's a little white thing on her neck. That is not her cloak. I don't know what that is. Okay. Number 2, if it's an angro she's channeling through, why is it floating in the air? Number 3, I've heard people say that it's supposed to be that that bright light might be the dream ring. Well, then why is she channeling through it at all?
I was just going to say,
why is it? I hate it. There's no reason for her to be channeling through a dream ring. There's no. This is terrible. I know you don't. I know you say you don't like it. It's horrible. Why is it yellow? Why is she? It's just
we're not an echo chamber here. I can understand why Aldan says it is a step up. It is a step up. The problem is, in my opinion, it's still wrong. But, I
think it's the same thing, only it's yellow. She's not weaving anything. No.
She's not wearing the Adam, mate. The Adam's a big golden thing.
It looks like a spinal immobilizer, like if you cracked a vertebrae.
This is her accepted dress. This is when 100%. This is like when she'll be getting captured before that, right? And so she's like doing some kind of a weave, and that'll be like the start of a fireball or something. That little gold thing. That's what that'll be.
So I'm guessing that's probably a scene where they've gotten through the ways and they're being ambushed by whomever. I'm not even going to.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's her.
No, but that's their accepted dress. So this has to be before because they'll be in the tower at the start, right, doing the training.
Doesn't have to be nothing. If she escapes in 5 minutes, if she escapes in 5 minutes, then she could be wearing the same thing. And I know what you're talking about. There's a separate picture with her wearing a white Adam. So that's all I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure that this is post capture, but we'll see.
I don't think so.
We should put a case on this too.
I disagree. We're not an echo chamber. We have 21. We have 21 people in chat. Can I just say thank you, everybody, for joining us? Please hit that thumbs up button. Ask us any questions you want. Nerdporial, you're our poll guy, and you're actually a poll too. What does our poll look like in chat? If you hadn't voted, please do.
Right now, we got 21 votes, 52%.
What's the question? Just
the question is, which character from the books will be most wrecked in season 2? 52% say Rand, 38% say Mat, 10% say other, and 0% say Perrin.
That's fascinating, chat. Why don't you think that they're going to wreck Perrin? I mean, is Perrin just so unrecognizable that we just have given up hope that they're going to do Perrin at all? I mean, there's no axe. I agree. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Staplebow says, remember Sarah? That, of course, is the official Wheel of Time Amazon lore expert, was on social media. She said that this season would have nothing to do with the books, that you had to gird the loins. I think that's why we're not seeing anything in these trailers. Steve, thanks for letting me know what you thought about that picture. I'm going to go back to Nerdporial. Nerdporial, why do you think we haven't gotten a trailer?
Because I think the stuff that they had was crap, and they had to really scrounge for some good stuff to show in the trailer. You know, the bait and switch. You know, that's what they're gonna do. Hey, look at this. Look how good this show is gonna be. It's gonna be just like the books. And then when you see the show, feelings in corridors, feelings in hallways, feelings in quarters.
I'm going to guess there's no feelings in Camelin. I'm going to guess there's no feelings in the Stone of Terror. I think everything, and we'll get into that. Aldan, what do you think? Why do you think we haven't gotten a trailer?
actually a bit different again, which is just what I am. But I think the main reason we haven't gotten a trailer, I think, is that they needed to put as much space as they could. I think it's shit as well. I think what Nerdman says, but also I think they had to put as much space between the Rings of Power disaster and their next fantasy show or whatever, so that they could like try and pretend at least that people might forget how bad what they did to like one of the most beloved IPs in the world. So I think that's a bit of it as well, just brand damage control from an Amazon perspective. I mean, I know I would, like, if I was in charge of Amazon Prime marketing, that would be a consideration I would have. So
Well,
yeah,
and now they're handicapped because the screenwriters can't talk about the show. The actors can't go to San Diego Comic-Con. Who the hell are they going to get to market this? Because look at what Disney had to do with their dumb movie they got coming out. They had to grab people from their theme parks. Well, who's Amazon going to have go do this? I mean, nobody.
Twitter of time.
And you're starting to see it. You're starting to see it. And even tonight, there's some crazy stuff with some mystery image, and I'm going to try and share it. But you guys remember that stupid box Padden Fane had? It looked very Arabesque. Apparently, it has a secret button where it's like a transformer.
Yeah.
And it transforms.
I saw the little pieces. It's whatever.
Something. So, Steve, why do you think we haven't gotten? Well,
first I have to say I apologize because you guys are all right that she's definitely out of the Adam. I found the picture, so you're probably right. It's probably pre-Adam, so I did find it. So
that's one case. You owe me one case.
1 point to you, Al Dan. You're correct. Why haven't we got a trailer? I think you guys have all pretty much nailed it. I mean, it's. I think it's just sort of. I think partially to. I don't know, like, because it seems weird, like, because they all say, you got all these people saying that they should have released it to keep on the momentum, but it's almost like they wanted us to forget, and then they wanted to build it back up as actually being of the book, because every article that comes out is it was season 1 was pretty faithfully adapted, and then we're going to do this. So maybe the strategy was not only did they have nothing good to show, but they wanted you to sort of forget that season 1 had nothing to do with the books and hope that they could just tell you it did, and then be like, season 2 also is about the books too, because that's all they're pushing. And that's my biggest problem with all of this, is they keep trying to tell you that it's the books, and it's not.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that they've been hiding this, and they're going to do everything they can to hide this. I think it's really weird. They're just going to drop it the way that they are with no fanfare. I mean, you'd think you'd have somebody come out from Amazon like Silky or talk about diversity and representation, because it's not about the books, right? So, and Steve, I'm going to mute you because you type like loud. But yeah, yeah, you think that somebody somewhere would promote this, and it's like, no, they're just dumping it. They're just dumping it. No fanfare. I don't know. I think that's weird.
I think did they have much people.
I'm going to.
Did they have any of a choice though after the SAG thing, right? After the protest or whatever.
Yeah.
They kind of had to drop it, didn't they? Because they couldn't
have to.
Yeah,
they have to now. Like, there's no point. They can't promote it. They can't do whatever it was that they were planning on doing, if they were even planning on doing anything. Now that's just like, well, we've got to.
Well, I think Steve was right, and he said at San Diego Comic-Con they were probably going to release this, and now they canceled the thing. They're not even sending some lackeys or corporate people to just even show it. They just left, along with everybody else at San Diego Comic-Con. But I honestly, I have no idea what to expect, except that I'm sure at least 50% of the trailer is going to be Rosamund Pike. I'm sure she's going to be half naked in a bathtub. I'm sure we're going to have Perrin breathing through his mouth. We're going to have Egwene crying. We're going to have the Aiel saving Perrin's dumb, incapable, stupid boy ass. I think that's probably all we're going to get. I'm going to show you guys another image. We're going to go through character by character on this show. I already did it with Nynaeve, with Amanda Manethrin, but I wanted to hear from you guys and also in chat to try and understand this. And I don't have a producer tonight, so I'm trying to wing this as best as I can. So let me just find this real quick. So this is going to be, I'd say, probably one of my least favorite characters in this adaptation, and that's saying something. This is Egwene, apparently doing her Martha Stewart I don't even know where this is. Are they back at the tower?
This is
I
in the
don't know.
tower.
That's a white
It says
tower. Yeah.
training.
She's doing
Let's-
penance, I'm sure.
Let's go
Oh,
ahead
yeah,
and
you're
start
right.
with
That's the
Steve on
kitchen.
this one. Steve, you and I disagree strenuously about who's going to be the biggest girl boss this season. Tell me, okay, briefly, tell me, Steve, what do you think they're going to do with her? How faithful to the book is it going to be? And whose male role or whose male achievements in the Great Hunt and or the Dragon Reborn is Egwene going to get?
All right, so I think she is going to end up being the main character. I think besides for Rosamund Pike, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of Rosamund Pike. I think if we get that far to a certain part, I don't want to spoil. She's still going to be around. They're gonna make sure that event doesn't happen. So she's going to be front and center the whole time. But I think Egwene is eventually. I don't know if by the end of this. Maybe by the end of this, I think she'll officially be a dragon, if not the dragon. I think that the multi-headed dragon line is in there for a reason. I think they may have Rand fail, and she will pick up the ball, and it'll be some sort of they need each other because they're two halves of a whole type deal, and they're gonna make her and him the dragon, with of course giving her more screen time, stuff to do, more moments. Rand's just sort of going to be carrying her purse around because that's basically what he did. Everything he did in season 1, almost every scene almost had something that he was in, had him either talking about Egwene or doing something for Egwene or something revolving around Egwene. So
let me get to this comment real quick. What kind of viewing numbers did they get in season 1? This is from Elaine Duncan. It's great to see you. The bad word of mouth will probably hurt it a lot. Well, I've never been able to find viewing numbers. We know Amazon talked about the first 2 episodes that it had this remarkable rate, but they never showed the completion rate. It's interesting that we got the completion rate of Rings of Power. That was only 37%. What was it for this show? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Sorry, Steve, go ahead. Oh, all right.
you might want to hit Mr. Williams real quick, and I'll continue.
Oh, roger that. Thank you so much for that. We have a super chat from William Richards. Cheers. Hail to you. It's great to see you for $20 US. Thank you very much. Love the stream, Salty. Steve and Brian, you're both beautiful. It's true. Loving you is easy because you're beautiful.
That's like my song.
You can't have your money back because I sang
my
it.
Moraine song, man. Come on.
Let me finish this. Al Dan, you're beautiful too. Congrats, man.
Thanks, Mike.
You're my hero. Lady B says hi. Also, William Richards, cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who's been so supportive of all of our channels, because we are not a communist collective, but we are a loose ragtag band, like in Battlestar Galactica, fleeing from the Cylons, which are the streaming and big tech services who are trying to kill us all. It's metaphorically with this entertainment.
So say we all.
So say we all. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you very much, William Richards. It means a lot. Thank you. Go ahead, Steve.
So I don't know if I nailed all your questions, but I basically think she will still have all of her moments being as, getting captured. She will free herself, and then she will also probably take over a lot of Rand's duties on top of that. Because I don't think Rand's going to do much. I've stood by it and continually said basically that I still feel, maybe it'll change when we see the trailer, but I still feel the only reason that they've said this is adapting the Dragon Reborn is to remove Rand from the main part of the story.
Well, let's do it. We know that they told us 2 years ago, Rafe Judkins informed us that they were going to take an entirely made up fan dedication from a Brandon Sanderson book at a closing paragraph that was just mentioned notionally, has an Aes Sedai. It was a tribute to a fan of Brandon Sanderson that got put in the books. It was a name. They have so much free time with only 8 episodes to cover both The Great Hunt and The Dragon Reborn. They created another Aes Sedai. Now, I have heard rumors this is yet another Tavarian, even though there are only 3. Okay. Now the show says that, Nynaeve and Egwene are Tavarian 2. No, Rafe wanted 6. Now I'm going to postulate this and I want you guys to react. And I'm going to start with Aldan on this. It is my conjecture. The reason why they're making this other Tavarian is because it's going to be a trans.
What do you want me to say about that? I just got.
I want you react to just making up arbitrary Tavarian. I mean, react to just like you've got 2 books, 1,400 pages of story, countless locations, wonderful scenes, wonderful things. Not to mention that in no way is the Great Hunt in any. I almost broke my own F-bomb rule. We got to wait a little bit for that. In any way, the same story as what we're getting in the Dragon Reborn, because scream it in chat with me. Why is the Dragon Reborn book so important? What does he get? I don't know. But Aldan, what do you think about that? Like, do we need to have everybody be a Tavarian because it's participation trophy Tavarian time with Rafe Judkins?
No, we obviously don't need everyone to be Tavarian. Are they going to add? He might add another one. I don't know what the parameters around that would be. Whether it's going to be like to tick another box. It could be to tick another box, but I think more likely he would pick someone that's already in the existing lore to again live out another one of these fan fictions that the man clearly has and turn them into some kind of a box ticking exercise. That's what I would suggest. But oh man, I don't know. Like anyone could be Tavarian at this stage. It breaks the mechanics of the world. It takes away agency from.
Even more. Somehow it breaks the mechanics.
Just stupid.
Like, what's left? Yeah. What is left? I agree with you, Aldan.
It's a stupid idea, but they might do it. He could easily do it because that's just
go ahead,
whatever.
Steve.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry, I just want to be clear.
Go ahead, Aldan. Sorry. I thought you were done. We got a little bit of lag between here and Australia, so I apologize. And Aldan, did you have anything to add?
No, I'm good, man. That's it.
All right. Sorry, dude. Go ahead, Steve.
So I just want to be clear. You've heard that they're making oh god, I don't even remember her name. Do you remember the name of the character? The one that Cho from Harry Potter is playing, correct?
I think that's her. Yeah.
Because what I had heard was they were going to make Elaine Tavarian. So I heard the same 6 Tavarian rumor, but I heard that I didn't hear. I hadn't heard that what you're saying, but I had heard that they were going to make Elaine Tavarian as well. Because if you're not Tavarian, you don't belong in the group. So everybody's got to be. At this point, I'm surprised Moraine and Lan aren't Tavarian, and Lan's puppy isn't Tavarian, and that fade that this hung up on the wall, he's Tavarian, and everybody's Tavarian.
Uno, why not have Uno?
Yeah,
why not have why not have undead Agelmar?
And I've seen some great chats real quick.
Let me get to this real quick. This is from Snowdub. Cheers, dude. $2 US. Thanks for tagging me back. He says, couple bucks for therapy from Saturday night. It was brutal. Of course, I argue with puppets who tell me to do profane things and then I give it right back. Please go check out Snowdub in the Cotton Connection. Great creator with a lot of really talented puppeteers who produce the Saturday Night Live that we deserve, but we have not gotten in decades. Thank you so much for that. Go ahead, Steve. Which things did you want to shout out?
Oh no, I just I nothing in particular. I just saw a few, just because it's one of those. It's like it's so hard right now because there's a lot of comments and there's so much to talk about, right? And it's weird because it's like just talking about. I think we all get caught in this loop where we want to talk about sort of what they could have done and what they should have done and how upsetting it is that they haven't put it in. And I've been working on something that hopefully I'll get. I'm probably going to release it after the trailer just because we'll have more information. But I'm going to do probably a series of things that we know just from watching the show and watching what we have that most definitely are not going to be in the show. Like there's no doubt about it. It's going to be like a 5 things type list, but like I saw someone say something about Ingtar. I think Ingtar's storyline is the top of the list. I think they're going to remove it. And that is such a shame that they're not going to have it in there and if they do it, they're going to do it wrong. Sorry. I don't want to go too far.
And Rand is part of that inconvenience.
Huge.
I think Rand being the Dragon Reborn is a problem for the people who are not adapting this book series. And they've done everything that they can, in my opinion, to minimize Rand. I'm going to kick it to you, Nerdporial. Going back to that, what do you think they're going to do with Egwene this season, just briefly? I mean, is there anything that hasn't been covered by Al, Dan, or Steve before we move on to the next one?
Egwene this season? I mean, I wonder if she's gonna like declare the like based on what I saw last season. I watched the episode 8 last time where she healed or she brought Nynaeve back to life.
Oh my god!
So I'm surprised she didn't declare herself like a Skywalker or anything.
She's right.
Or,
she may have a lightsaber. That's maybe what they're not showing us. The big reveal will be that she's actually on Tatooine and she's going to fight Rey Skywalker.
Wait, is that what that thing was? She was challenging it to a big lightsaber that's going to pop out.
At this point, the question is: would that be more faithful Disney Star Wars, or would Disney Star Wars be more faithful Wheel of Time? Let your head explode thinking about that one a second. Like
that's a paradox. Garbage. That's a paradox.
Well, I know. I could literally cause like a singularity. You know, like it just makes your brain hurt.
Rand does have a lightsaber.
Oh, come on. Everybody says that. His flaming sword is not a lightsaber. Come on.
Let me get to this comment. Smile a while for me says, good evening. What new horrors are they going to do to the Wheel of Time that I've missed so far? Well, Smile a while for me just read the books. This is another one of the people that I think all of us are very happy that you found the books. And I loved your comments saying that you went back to try and watch this show. She's like, where the hell is everything great about the Eye of the World? I know it's not being a divisive book fan. It's actually reading the book, something that I'm not entirely sure anybody who made this show did. I mean, it's not even a dick thing to say. Aline Duncan says they will try to make most of the female characters Tavarian. Well, they did write themselves into a corner with Sadine and Sidar. Rafe apparently said that they're going to fix that, but I don't even know what the hell that means. I'm going to jump. Thanks very much for that, Steve. Thank you very much for this super chat. And yeah, I'm behind the wall of super chat. This is from Taker610. Dude, you are one of the first people to ever comment on any of my videos, not just Wheel of Time stuff. Thank you so much for being here. It's for $5. Says season 2 of The Steel of Time adapts the great stunt in the Canon Reborn by Robert when he played for the Washington Wizards. Jordan.
A Steel of Time. I haven't heard that one. I love it.
My God. There's a double dribble, and no, it's not from Perrin's mouth because it's saliva dripping out of it because it's open every scene. Every scene. Taker610. Thank you so much, Taker610. Thanks. It's so great to see all these names. And we go back a couple of years now. It's going on 3 years. So many names, so many of my channel members. Thank you so much for being here. Please vote in the poll. The Steel of Time. If only we could laugh at that. It's funny, but at the same point, it's like, God, it's just terrible what they've done. Yeah, Aline says, I am Egwene, the Dragon Reborn. And that's really, I think that's part of why they are not showing anything. And Daniel, I did send you the link to join us on Twitter if you want to come on. Daniel says the multi-headed dragon is more important to them because that equates to the chosen one main. It's more important for them to tell because that equates the chosen one main hero to not a male. They want all of the heroes of the story to be females. They might not mention Tavarian at all. Again, would it surprise you? I mean, I don't know. This show has been shot and done for a year. This thing was written back in probably 2020. When all of the politics of 2020, 2021 were still going on. So God knows what kind of a monstrosity this is. They got a super chat. Thank you very much, Prophet, for throwing this up. Obviously, like everybody else is streaming tool, I can't see member chats. So Doviende say Tovius again. Been a channel member for over a year. Thank you. For 16 months, this guy has stuck with me. Thank you so much, Dovey. He says, hey, nerds, Happy Monday. We'll right back at you, buddy.
Yeah.
And you're somebody that I know is all about Matt Cawthon and the band
Yeah.
of the
Dobby's
all of
almost got a calendar on my channel. Dobby's the man. Thanks, Dobby.
Ms.
He's
Martin
all-
Muses is here. She just got monetized. Go check out her channel. She does fantastic stuff. I had a conversation with her talking about Hemingway and bourbon a couple of weeks ago. She's a fantastic creator. She also covers amazing fantasy books, including Raymond Feist, Sword of Shannara, all of that's just all the stuff that us divisive book fans love. So thank you so much for being here.
I got another idea, and I put this in the chat.
Oh no,
about Egwene. I think instead of, so Rand's not going to be there. So when Inktar's having his reveals, how
don't say
himself,
that. No.
Egwene, so he's going to reveal it to Egwene, and then Egwene is going to either chastise him or she's going to just straight out murder him. She's going to straight out murder him.
I'm going to shout somebody out in chat. We've got Evil Horned Rat God here. He says, hello all. Sorry, go ahead. I just want to shout some people out.
Oh my God.
Would that surprise anybody? Would anything surprise anybody at this point?
Nah, not really. I'm
just gonna nuke him. It's just gonna, you evil.
That's what that
you killed Prophet.
That's what that shot is, Steve. That's what that shot is. That's what that image is of her with the yellow fireball.
Sorry, I'll mute.
That's okay. I'm just that's all we can do is laugh at this show. At a certain point, I think we will get angry, just like because you get angry when somebody hurts something that you love, when somebody damages it.
And all I had to do was think of the most absurd thing. Like, think of the exact opposite of what actually happens to the Great Hunt, where Rand forgives Inktar, and not only that, he protects Inktar's memory by not telling everyone else that he was a dark friend.
Yeah.
Here with I'm assuming Rand's gonna be fuck off. Sorry, excuse my language.
That's all right. It's already out. That's your F word of the night. There you go. Everybody gets one.
Rand is going to be nowhere to be found. Inktar is going to confess. Egwene is going to either murder him or chastise him and just leave him to die. And then she's going to tell everybody that he was a dark friend, and everybody's going to hate him. And because they're the bestest ever, and men got to do better.
Yeah, here's what I think, and I haven't talked about what I think is going to happen with Egwene. I think she's going to be captured, then they're going to say, look at how accurate it is to the books. I think what's going to happen is Nynaeve is going to get the sword battle with Turok that should be Rand's. And I believe that because there is footage of stuff. I know, guys, and I believe that she's going to get that because she's going to be trained in the sword, because Nynaeve is also going to steal Mat's quarterstaff fight, because we've already seen that. We've already seen this that she has a sword in the warder training stuff. It is helping Steve. It's just that Nerdpoil did it again. And so I think that's going to happen. I think Egwene may have something like Steve says. It will be Egwene fighting the Dark One again. I don't know, but I pretty much think any scene that was for the boys, anything that Matt does is important. One thing we have never talked about is who's going to blow the Horn of Valere. Will there even be a Horn of Valere? Will it even be mentioned? At this point, why would it be? I simply, I don't know. Let me get to this super chat. I want you guys to react to that. Let me get onto this. We got so many awesome people here, almost 30. Thank you so much. These super chats are blowing my mind. Thank you. Truly. Thank you, everybody. This is from the one, the only, Lyle Hammock. He and I had our back and forth about the Rings of Power, and unfortunately we got the Rings of Power, and it was what it was. This is for $20 from our man Lyle. He says, cheers and hail to you all, my friends. I would love to be here tearing Wheel of Prime apart for the failure it is. Unfortunately, I just got home from work and I have to hit the sack. Anyway, have a great stream. Love you guys. Lyle, it means a lot that you have been so supportive of this channel, Steve's channel, all watching all of our stuff, leaving comments. It makes a big difference. And thank you. We don't all agree. Steve, I, Nerdporeal, Aldan, we don't agree about this show. I mean, we agree that it sucks. But we don't all agree about where we think it's going to go or what things mean. Lyle Hammock, that was the same thing. We went back and forth on this, and we did very publicly with the Rings of Power. Lyle, thank you. Thank you for being a friend to the channel. Thank you for always telling me what you think. I am not always going to agree with it, but I appreciate that you put the time and effort into coming and arguing with me sometimes. So thanks very much. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Egwene is going to get in Steve? This is your idea. Do you think Aldan and Prophet, or Aldan and Nerdporial, that this is going to be Egwene that gets the big fight in the sky? Are we even going to get a fight in the sky, guys?
No.
Okay,
We're not gonna
Aldan,
do
you take it. You take it.
No, they're not going to. They won't do the fight in the sky. There's no way. They don't have the. They couldn't even do it if they tried. To be perfectly, if I want to be completely frank,
Correct.
It's not going to happen.
I agree.
The I'm not even sure that Egwene's going to be necessarily taking that much away from. I think that look, from everything that we've seen so far, from what I can tell, is that we've got an arc with Moiraine or whatever, trying to find, like, for beats for this season. We've got an arc with Moiraine trying to figure out her stolen power or whatever, right? We're going to have like an arc for Egwene, obviously, with what happens to her in book 2. Yeah, pretty much. That's going to be her sort of thing. And they'll probably make that, I think they'll make that the major
plot point,
like beat for the season, if that makes sense. Well, and Rand, they're just going to have like book 3, put him out to pasture sort of thing. Or whatever. Yep. So this is what they're going to do, and they'll just skip book 2. They'll have Perrin with this is what I can piece together from what I've seen so far. They have Mat, he'll be doing his book 3 thing, but like you said, Salty, he'll be doing it with a lot of help from the girls. And Rand will just be off in the bush or whatever, and turn up at the end, whatnot, for the battle. That will be really about saving Egwene from her collar business, but she'll do it herself. Well, there you go. That's my synopsis.
Sorry, Nerdporial. Dave Z Dude says, did you guys see the pics that dropped over the weekend of Egwene and her 7 Shienaran companions?
No.
If you're on Twitter, please send them to me. I have not seen those. Are they
that
real?
Would be earth-shattering, because there's no reason for her to be surrounded by any Shienaran.
There's no reason. But then there's been like no reason for a lot of this show. Dave Z Dude, if you know what that is, if you can send a link or drop even the link in chat to wherever that is, we will take a look at it, because that is news to all of us here. So it's great to see you, by the way.
That's crazy, because like with the amount me and you, I know for sure me and you both have been scouring the internet.
I'm looking at stuff in German and French. I'm like going everywhere to try and find stuff.
We've been pretty much on top of every single photo, whatever's been coming out. So that would be gigantic news to me, and then that's a whole nother mess if that's an actual image. But sorry, I'll shut up. Take my turn.
That's all right. Go ahead, Nerdporial. Did you have anything to add to what Aldan was saying?
No.
All right.
Okay. It was a Snow White joke. Sorry.
You bastard. You bastard.
Here's an important question. Cian Bloodbane says, didn't Fane steal the horn in the last episode? Yes, completely.
He stole a box. He stole a box. We didn't see the horn.
True.
We didn't see the horn. It might not be in there.
Oh, you guys for me.
It might be a Schrodinger's a horn, or Schrodinger's Horn of Valere. Like it might be in the box, it might not be in the box. It's a mystery box.
You guys vamp for me. Okay. Steve, you vamp for me while I pull up that thing that I shared with you guys.
I just want to, so like one there's, yes, he has the Horn of Valere for no reason. If you remember in the books, he didn't care about the Horn of Valere. He wanted the dagger, which was also in the box. So him taking the box is completely just idiotic, because he has what he wants. But yes, and I know you asked about the Horn of Valere. Up until probably today, I actually was of the mind that we might not see the horn, and we almost 100% would not see the champions come back from the dead. I still think I don't think the champions coming back is going to be nearly what we think it's going to be, if it's even blown. I'm still not sure the Horn of Valere is going to be blown. But now that we've seen this little thing that they sent to the 13 Twitter shill sites to make the animation of the the box opening that looks ridiculous. I think we might actually at least see the Horn of Valere, maybe. Or it could be like Nerpoyo says, they open the box and there's nothing in it, and they're like, oh my gosh, we have to find
We
the
missed
horn.
the horn.
That's what's going to happen.
That would be
That's what's going to happen.
That
Well,
would
it's a
be
mystery
hilarious.
box. It would be
Yeah.
perfect, right? Mystery box inside of a mystery box. They don't have a mystery box for the season yet, so they'll catch up. Fane will drop it off his horse or something, and Perrin will like walk up and pick it up, like, "Oh, I found a box," and then they'll somehow open it by him throwing it against a tree or something, and it'll open.
Okay.
And
Let's take a let's. So this is what Steve was talking about. This is
Right.
what Steve was talking about. Now, this is on Twitter. This is, again, they're dropping everything on Twitter like this. Like, supposedly everyone just has to live on this. But look at this. This is, so Steve, you know the backstory for this, don't you? Because I don't. Didn't they send like one image to something and then people built it? What's the story for this?
Yeah, they sent one image to 13 different Twitter accounts. So I think they were just even random Wheel of Time fans. I don't think they were even big Wheel of Time Twitter accounts. I correct me if I'm wrong. I don't, but I don't think they were just Wheel of Time basic people shilling for the show. So they sent 13 random images together. When you put them together, it makes this whole animation that this Twitter account posted.
Okay.
Which is, it's silly to my.
All right,
I mean,
so everybody watch this. It's gonna be. I'm gonna try. I can't mess with the speed of it, but watch this. This is what that box that Padden Fane stole does. It's a transformer.
Yeah, so
oh wait, who's behind it there? Wait. So wait. Look, there's somebody with nails behind it.
Yep.
Is that Sirach?
It's the C-Chan. It's the same.
Wait. How is she?
That does happen. To be fair, they do end up with it. Remember, so.
Well, yes, but she's channeling it open, dude.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying.
Why is so? Is that Sirach? Is Sirach channeling?
It should be Turak technically. If you think.
Well, yeah, Turak hits the buttons and it opens, but like I've never pictured it opening like this. But you can see, like, if you see the way her hand moves back there, and she's got the nails, the same nails as Sirach in those hideous pictures we got. Is
Turak
that her?
Will have nails. All of their blood. All the blood will have those nails. So Turak.
So maybe that is Turak. Yeah, because he's got the plate on. So maybe it is Turak opening.
You guys, one second. Can somebody put something in chat, because Restream blew up and it knocked the chat out, so I can't show it on the screen. I always show it on the screen. So you guys, somebody type something in. I want to see if it comes up. This is what happens with streaming. I apologize. You know how much I love having your comments roll up in chat. Is it on YouTube? Because it's not on the streaming.
I can all the chats I can see moving. We're good.
Yeah,
okay, on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna leave it up. We just can't see them on the screen while we're doing this. So
I can see. I mean, you may have an issue. They're working perfectly for me.
Yeah,
same here.
Okay, we can see them live. All right.
Yeah,
this is just life. That's what it's called. So so there it is. I'm gonna show you the animation one more time. Again, I wasn't really impressed by this. The box does look different than the one they had originally. If you compare the two, of course it is.
Is that so? You can't. Is that a golden horn? Why is it golden?
Yeah, it is.
So the horn is in there.
Yeah, the horn is in there. And so to your right, it's the same box, but at least they've put something on the outside of it so it doesn't look like a.
Why does the horn look so bad?
Yep, it's a horn.
It looks terrible.
I can't freeze it because it's on the Twitters, but there you go. You're getting information that you're not getting anywhere else, and we put a lot of work into this stuff. And no, we don't just make rage videos. I mean, again, this is one of these things where we don't know the context of this. This is a super zoom in on something. It doesn't show who the hell is there. I'm going to make a prediction. The reason they can open this box is that's the reason why Loyal is with the C-Chan. It's because they took away Loyal's ability to open the ways, and they're going to say you need an Okier to open this box to get this horn.
That would be stupid.
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's probably true then. It's probably true.
Just because it's ridiculous doesn't mean it's not in the show. Yeah, you're right.
It's true. There's a lot of problems there.
I just don't know if this was just a promotional image or what, but I don't understand because it looks like a sort of the hand. I mean, it looks sort of. It doesn't look like it looks like a male's hand. I know you're gonna be like, how do you know the difference? It just
You
know,
can see the difference.
so it looks like just because it doesn't look like Soroth's chest plate either. So I'm okay saying that's Turok, but I don't understand why he's using a channeling gesture to open the box. That's what's
Well,
like.
we can't see
I don't
everything
know.
in picture, right? So
No, and
remember
we don't
that.
know the context of this. I mean, again,
He's doing this. It's like why?
Well, he
Why
might
are
be
you doing
getting
that?
ready to accept it.
I don't know. I don't know. We got a question here. This comes from Staplebo. The box isn't meant to be super science fiction in the books, right? No.
You just
There
hit a
is
few
no
in the
box
right pattern,
fire.
it pops open. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You just have to hit it.
As long as we're here, who's going to blow the Horn of Valere? I'm going to start with you, Eldan. I want to know who you think is going to blow the Horn of Valere.
I think it'll be Jane Fastrider, and it'll be a girl instead of Jane.
What do you think, Emporio?
Elaine.
You like that, Steve?
Elaine's gonna blow the horn.
Oh, and not in the way that we all want her to with Rand. Okay, Steve, what about you?
Oh man, I truly still don't think it's going to be blown. I don't think it's going to be blown at all. If it's blown, I'm going to run with your theory a little bit. I think maybe Loyal will blow it.
It's going to be something where they're going to give Loyal something to do. And I think they probably heard us by going, what the hell did you do with the waves? And it's going to have to be an Ogier that blows the horn, and it's going to be completely irrelevant. I don't know. I
don't think it's going to be blown for the simple reason then they would have to spend CGI budget on the Hero's Return. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I still don't think it's going to be blown.
El Kizzle says, remember the props spent all the money on that ruby that they could barely see on the darn dagger. Agreed. Yeah, it was painful. Add it to the list of things that were painful and money that was pissed away. I mean, again, I'm not getting excited about this. I think the reason why they're putting these things out is these are the closest damn things that they have to get us to do the uncanny valley thing where we see things that aren't there because we read these books. And that is the greatest caution I want to give everything. Okay. Steve, which one is that? Okay. Is it this one?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
All right,
I think that's been your prediction the whole time as insulting.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to be right about these things because I think it is absolutely insane that anybody would do this. However, since we've been watching this show, that makes absolute sense because of everything with Nynaeve. I mean, she's overpowered. She's already killed the 9-foot Trolloc in the blue glowy bat thing. Again, not from the books. You know, she was the only one that could take down Logain with her Rasta scream of don't cut the throat of my future booty call Lan. I mean, it's painful and it's obvious. And she's the most BIPOC of all the females. So of course she's going to be the most powerful. Go ahead.
So can I add real quick? I think you're right about the uncanny valley thing because they've done it several times. One that sticks out to me is Matt's quarterstaff because I've seen several articles where it's like, so-and-so has this, and as you can see in this picture, Matt has his trademark quarterstaff that looks nothing like his quarterstaff at all, and see, we've done it. So I think you're absolutely right when it comes to that.
I want to shout somebody out that I haven't seen before. This is Gobar Nachcha, and if I said your name wrong, it's because I'm a moron. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. It says, way magic worked in season 1 can't. Nynaeve just fart out 100. Oh, the way magic worked in season 1, why can't Nynaeve just fart out the 100 companions? Why do they need a horn at all? Dude,
they don't.
This is where it's at. What if that's really what it is? It's going to be something like that. That's an excellent comment. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to see new names, and we appreciate it. It's great to see you. Please check out everybody who's on this show. Everybody here makes fantastic comments. Steve, did you want me? Are you dropping the link to your channel?
I'm trying to. I keep trying.
It's okay. I just wanted to find out if you wanted me to grab it. So
nope, I got it. I'm trying to do everybody. So
all right.
And the
no, it's okay. So. Staple Bow says if they have Nynaeve take Matt's 2 versus 1, meaning the quarterstaff fight in the water training area, which I am 90% they're gonna. I think most of us on this panel.
It was in the trailer, except she was carrying like what was that? A dagger?
It's
a short sword.
It's a sword.
Yeah,
and she would never ever do.
Never.
Go
Never.
on more. Go, Aldan,
hates it.
talk about that more. Please talk about that more. Why wouldn't she do it?
Because she's the ultimate healer. She hates the weapons that men have produced. She hates
hates
it
it.
with a passion. It's not even
Well, it's like
she hates it, correct. With all that girl Hulk anger that she has,
yeah.
she
Well,
hates that.
in
She would
particular,
never picked up a sword, she would
the
never stab it.
the scene in the books that reinforces that is the it's in this book, The Great Hunt.
Yes.
The scene with
Yes.
the Aiel
Yep.
come back, she heals them all, then they go back out and die, and she's like, "What a weight! Like, what the hell?
She
Why?" It's
gets
like
nuts.
she goes ballistic on him, right?
It
And
was
it's like
the
that.
Dragon Reborn, actually.
Was that in the Well, still, they're
Yeah.
doing both, right?
Yeah,
Same
she's like, I
book,
didn't
same
heal you
book,
just
same
to go and die.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
sorry, my bad.
book.
I want to shout out. We have my man Jed. Everybody loves Jed, Hollywood scholar. Someone else who is defending a fandom that has been completely abused and mutilated beyond all comprehension. I am referring to The Witcher
Oh,
season 3.
my
Jed,
man.
I watch you guys talk about this show. I cannot
bad.
believe it. And then I go back to what I'm doing with Wheel of Time and these other shows, and I can believe it. And it's really shocking and horrifying because these are not isolated incidents at all. And what they've done to The Witcher season 3, what they did with Witcher Blood Origin, there's supposedly a show they're going to do just with Ciri, which is going to focus on her tell me you haven't heard this one before. Her interracial lesbian relationship, which is way overinflated from a little bit of like teasing within a one passage of snuggling and some other stuff with somebody that is an elf. And so our man Jed, thank you, Hollywood Scholar. Please check out Hollywood Scholar. Thanks for being here. Go ahead, Steve.
Isn't The Witcher season 3 about Ciri anyways? Why do they need a separate show? Like, that's what I saw. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's the Ciri show.
We could get derailed real easily, and I think the F-bombs would be flowing if we brought Jed on, because I think
so
here's
bad.
the thing. Everything
bad.
that we're talking about in our confusion and frustration and trying to understand why, Jed has been doing with his team over there on The Witcher. And Jed and I, we were doing the reviews of Last of Us until I walked away because I'm like, fuck this show. Because I was like, I can't. But it's like, it's crazy. It is happening everywhere. Yeah, Stable Bow, you're not wrong. So it's great to see you guys. Did I miss a super chat? We got this one from Taker610. Steve, type softer. It's a $5 super chat. Says Prophet season 2 prediction. Everything in season 2 blows except the Horn of Valere. That's very, very, very well played. Cheers to you, Taker610. Did I miss a super chat, Steve? Thank you for producing for me tonight, by the way.
Yeah, horn dysfunction.
Steve, did you mute yourself? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Sorry. Did you get
Okay.
you got the Taker one? You had a Daniel one. I don't know if you got the Daniel one.
No,
and then,
sorry.
you have a super sticker from Mr. Hollywood Scholar with the number one, the number one foam
Thank
finger.
Thank you. Jed is a really good guy, and we keep trying to hook up on things, but I can't take another fantasy show that's off the rails. Otherwise, I work with him. Yeah, so I'm going to focus on Wheel of Time, but please check out Hollywood Scholar. This is a $2 super chat from Daniel, who says, season 2, fun idea. Guess all the characters' kill counts. Okay. We'll you guys, somebody remember that. We will do that towards the end of the stream. We got a couple more characters to get through that are completely unrecognizable. Daniel, thank you very much. Longtime supporter, good dude. Thanks for being in here in chat. And again, thank you very much for the $5. Taker610. Prophet season 2 prediction. Everything in season 2 blows except the Horn of Valere. What if we're right? I mean, this is just so freaking insane. Yeah, and seeing Bloodbanes nails it. The Witcher is dead, and it sucks.
It's dead.
It's never gonna ruin what Sapkowski's books. It's never gonna ruin my love for Sapkowski's books at all. Just like Neil Gaiman didn't ruin my love for his writing, for his shit adaptation, which was super woke and pointlessly written too. So,
yeah. Can I, Mr. Bloodbane?
Thank you.
Had a good chat before too.
What did it say?
About I think he's right about the horn. I think they will blow it. I think that they'll just stick some fog out and then everyone will be dead. No CGI. It will just be budget as. I think he's right.
That brings up another thing, and we don't have to go too far down this road, but will we even get the 100 companions, or it will just be 100 Nynaeves, like all appear on the battlefield?
No way. As if they're gonna have the story of 100
Yeah.
brave men going to like sort shit out at the ball and actually sorting shit out. As
If
that's
it's
gonna
blown,
happen.
if it's blown, it's going to be some other nonsense. It won't be. If it's blown at all, it'll be like 5 guys being like, come out and be like, hey, what up? Or five old Aes Sedai come out and be like, hey, we used to be our Emerlins. Now we're back. How you
Watch
doing?
it be all women. Watch it be all
Actually,
women.
there's talk about because
They
they've
blow it,
seen
a tank comes
we've
out.
seen pictures. We've seen pictures on set, right, of Amarisu, who was like one of the Horn members or whatever,
Yeah,
one
I've
of the
heard.
heroes of the
Is
past.
that what I've heard that they're yeah? Is that the rumor that they're replacing Arthur Hawkwind with her or something like that?
That's a
don't
rumor.
know.
I don't know whether it's legit, but we have seen set photos of like Amarisu. We haven't seen any set photos of
I don't
Arthur
even
or any of
I
the
don't even
other
know who that
heroes.
is.
Do you
So
think
I
they
know she's
gender
one of the
swap?
heroes, but
Do you think they gender swap Arthur Hawkwind, make it Athena Hawkwing or something?
well, the rumor.
That's what
Yeah,
they're saying.
the
They're gonna
rumor
make
is what
Amarisu
is it?
girl.
Asarina. She is one of the heroes.
Amarisu.
Amarisa, is that it? She's one of the heroes. So the rumor is Arthur Hawkwing is not going to be the leader of the 100 Companions. It's going to be her. That's the
That
rumor.
makes
So
sense.
they're not going to gender swap. They're just going to replace him with a lesser known hero of the Horn.
Yeah,
Because I don't even know who
'cause
she is.
They're
to be
gonna
honest,
gender.
so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Nerdporial, you've been requested by Dave Z Dude, and I meant it. If you have a link to what you're talking about, please drop it in chat because I will go to it. Nerdporial, will you please read the poll question and the reaction so far?
All right. Which character from the books will be most wrecked in season 2? We got 39 votes. 49% say Rand, 36% say Matt, 10% say other, and 5% say Perrin.
There
So
we go. We got some Perrin
I
representation.
sort of need to amend my vote because I went straight to
Look at
Rand,
this
and
guy.
now that we've been talking about it and thinking about it, I think that's probably not the right vote considering Rand is hardly going to be in this season of television.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rand's probably not going to
Okay.
be around at all to ruin. So I think, and it's like you have to remember because I've for looking for screenshots and stuff for thumbnails and stuff, I've had to watch a little bit more. You got to remember that there was a line in there that says something about the some of them may be like, I forget how they word it, but it's like they basically say one of them is going to turn heel. So I still think they may try and turn Matt into a dark friend. I still think that's possible. Just because it's look, man, they've been focusing on his dark side. There is a mention of it, like in one of the.
Nice.
It's like I wish I remembered the quote, but it's like they'll fight for the light or possibly the shadow, and it was like it seemed a little weird. So I just Rand's not going to be around to ruin as much. He's going to be ruined while he's there, but I think.
Perrin's not even in it, so I guess that leaves them.
Perrin, I think Perrin's going to probably get the most screen time out of the boys because he's on the hunt for the Horn, right?
Yeah, but he's not even in it to be destroyed. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. You mean Perrin's wife's husband?
Speaking of which, let's skip right to Perrin. Let's get right into it. What we have seen Perrin be led around by Egwene breathing out of his mouth. Now it looks like he's going to be led around. And Steve, I'm not going to steal your thunder. You have a theory based on some of the pictures. We slow-mode some of them and some of the stuff that I captured. Yep. Tell everybody your theory, then let's go to Eldan, Nerdporial. What do you think is going to happen with Perrin in this show?
So I'm assuming you're talking about the cage thing. Since we all know that Gaul is dead, right? We all know Gaul is dead. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to turn it around because you can see the scene where Avienda is doing flippy kicks and fighting a white cloak. So I think what's going to happen is since Perrin doesn't have a weapon, he's just got that little tiny knife, the white cloaks are going to capture him and put him in a cage. And then Avienda is going to come storming in with Bane and Chiad, do a bunch of flippy kicks, do a whole bunch of white cloaks, knock them out, and then they're going to drag Perrin out of the cage. Instead of Perrin saving Gaul, it will be Aviendha saving Perrin, and then Aviendha will join them for the hunt for the horn, and she'll take lead over the
It's
group.
bonus intersectional points because you have a BIPOC saving a BIPOC female, saving a BIPOC man, and that's intersectional win. Story shit, but it's intersectional feminist win. What do you think about that, Aldan? Then let's go to Nerdporial.
I think that as long as she leads him to a steakhouse, all will be well. He looks like he's lost about 25 kegs. He's supposed to be getting bigger.
No, well, when he turns into a
off.
werewolf, it'll be okay, brother. When he goes wolfy, it'll be all right. Oh, by the way, she's gonna be Fail too. I had to throw that in there. Aviendha it'll be Aviendha Fail.
Yeah,
dude, you heard it here first. Steve dropping it. We're gonna get rid of Fail. It's going to be a love story because there's too many characters and who has time to adapt the books. Aviendha will be Perrin's love interest. You heard it here first. Go ahead, Aldan. Sorry.
I don't think so. That's all right, man. I
don't
think so. Just because I think yeah, they released casting photos a while ago, and one of them looked like so one of them looked like Fael. I can't remember exactly who the actress was.
Why wouldn't she say
she definitely had a bold nose.
But why wouldn't they announce that? She's a strong lead character in this book. Why wouldn't you announce that Fael has been cast?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because she's Aviendha. That's why.
She's not Aviendha. There's no way it can't be.
Okay, you might be right. She's Elias. Okay, Elias.
See, we don't all agree. We don't all agree, and here's the thing.
Maybe they turn him gay for Elias. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think they're going to turn Matt gay. Because, as we saw in chat, his womanizing is problematic, and the reason why he acted the way he did was to, I don't know. These people are twisted. You know, anything that's heteronormative, they're going to seek to occupy and destroy and then call themselves heroes. Son of Jockster says Brigitte will be a black lesbian in a wheelchair in trans. You missed the part about one arm and differently abled, and she may be developmentally challenged as well, but she will be wearing a Bernie Sanders t-shirt as well to complete the picture.
She's been cast already. She's been cast.
Brigitte?
So she's not. She's a blonde.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks good. She looks like a Viking. She looks great.
Sure? Is that the Olympian? I think that's the Olympian that they were talking about that I saw. So, she's definitely Nordic. So we'll see. Yeah. Gadfly Fiction says, well, you can't have a man with multiple female partners. Only women can have multiple partners. This is, of course, referring to the many, many women that Rand has going, including Min, Elaine, Aviendha, all those things. Nerdporial disappeared. I was going to get Nerdporial's take on what he thinks going to happen to Perrin. What's going to happen to Perrin?
Oh, Perrin, he's going to be led around like a puppy dog by Aviendha right there. And he's just going to have his mouth open, and he's going to be like, take that back. And he's going to be simping. He's going to be simping for Aviendha. He's going to pick up an axe, and then he's going to drop it because,
the way of the
scary.
leaf.
Yeah, the way of the
leaf.
Yeah, way of the leaf, and he's not gonna. He might bite somebody.
I got two comments I want to get to. The first one's from Sarah again. Smile from me. Just started reading or just finished The Eye of the World and is watching the show. She says, "Do we all agree that they will destroy the books for the sake of hitting all the left's agenda, and that we should all just stick to the books?" Well, that gets a welcome to the book readers club from me, and not in a condescending way. This is me going hell. Yes. Thank you. I love the fact that you're pointing this out. I love the fact that you picked up this book. Nerdporial picked up the book. Look at him. He's over there buying the hardcovers. It's freaking awesome. Which one do you got there? Which one is that, Brian?
Shadow Rising. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's everybody. Please go read these books. Please start with The Eye of the World. They're just fantastic reads. The Great Hunt takes off like a rocket. It's absolutely crazy. All right. I need to get back to this one.
It's 100% true. Read the books. The hard part and why we're doing this, because we get that question a lot, is because they're trying to pass this off as the books.
not.
Everywhere you go, every article you read, it's been faithfully adapted. It's almost perfectly adapted. They do a good job of adapting. Everything is trying to say it is the books almost perfectly adapted, and I think that's why I know for me why I am going at this so hard is because it's not even close, and they shouldn't even be saying it's close. It's just it's if you're gonna do your own thing, just say you're doing your own thing. Don't
Yeah.
keep lying about it being the books. So
But
sorry
they
about
have
that, Saul.
every media
that's-
site saying it. Go ahead, Eldan.
No, that's my point too. I'm with Steve. Like, I wouldn't have even been upset if they had have said, "We're making a fan fiction and it's really expensive, and we're gonna set it in the same world and we're gonna call shit the same." I would have been fine with
Yeah.
that. I would have said, "Sweet," but they didn't. They said, "We're going to adapt it and stay true to it. We want to be loyal. We love the books. We love the characters."
Oh, and then
then
they called us divisive.
Yep.
We're divisive, nitpicky fans
Haters.
because you omit 98% of the story and the characters are completely different, and you're turning characters gay for no reason other than your lifestyle choices and your ideological.
And the
choices.
other thing that we're being called is our whiners. We're being called whiners.
Yeah.
We're whining.
Well, that tweet was the bbest, dude. That sort of that one you showed me today.
Oh,
when
cover
he's like,
for me.
Because I laughed I was at work and he sent it and I laughed my butt off because it's like they're like, oh well, Moraine was the main character in the first book and the second book anyway, so why is it such a big deal? And the guy, I think it was Mr. Max, whoever you are an uber god, Chad. I love you. It was the best comment ever.
Twitter.
I laughed. I went straight. I found him. I followed him because man, what he comes back with the stats. He's like, well, actually, Moraine is like in Eye of the World, like what was it? Oh, here it is. 0.04%. She had more.
Okay, Steve, time out. We're gonna do some role playing. I'm gonna be the whiny little bitch, and you can be the Chad. You want to play that little game? All right.
Yeah.
So,
all right. I'm in.
Hold on. I can get there.
You got a member.
Hey, can I be the whiny bitch instead?
Ooh.
Go ahead, Nerdporial.
Steve does such a great whiny
bitch. So you're
I have
Bobby
a fan.
fake names. Nerdporial, go ahead. Your whiny fake name.
Excuse me, it's Bobby fake name Esquire.
Esquire.
So yeah, you guys are all freaking wrong. Like, she's also more or less the main character for Eye of the World, and I'd argue through Grey Hunt as well.
Not even close, man. Book 1 POV read 79%, Moraine 0.4. What are you talking about? Book 2 POV read is 53%, Moraine is 7.4. 7.4 is the highest she gets in any of the books except for New Spring. And in book 5, can't read that. Go away, Nerdporial. Dang it.
No.
Never went to follow me. Close your eyes, Nerdporial. I didn't see it. No.
So what just happened is Steve
Spoiler!
should have said spoilers because Nerdporial isn't there yet. This is part of the peril of running with this group of miscreants. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
all right, but I have to read this next part.
You have to finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish it.
Filed, mate.
Yeah, you're a blue check mark anti-vax weirdo, so I don't care what you think about anything.
That was perfect. I'm sorry to report. It's okay. How she gets there is it's the journey, not the destination.
Stuff. The reason why I sent it to Steve and Nathan and Nerdporial was this is going to intensify, and because Amazon cannot use their showrunner, their writers, their directors. No, I think they can use the directors. They can't use any actors to promote this show. So, in my opinion, you're going to see them go to the one place where weirdo leftist tech company people go. They're going to go to Twitter and they're going to do this inorganic fan defend the show thing to combat all of us. And they're going to come at us really hard, probably false flag our videos, talk a lot of shit on our videos, stuff like that. Please, you guys, you see stuff like this, maybe come at them, not in some terrible way, but just kind of give them facts. Because as you see from these tweets, when you simply give people data, like it's called reality, like there's only two genders, that they lose their minds and they call you names, and it's kind of funny. And please send those to us because we we want people to see what is being done, and it's artificial, and it's trying to prop something up and make something popular, which is not popular at all, which is why we've never gotten the viewing figures. Look at this one. This one comes to us from Staplebo. Remember, and Rafe Judkins said this on a live stream, 70% of book fans like Rafe Judkins' Non-Adaptation better than the books themselves. Rafe Judkins actually said that.
Sniffing glue.
Yeah, but he's only sampling Twitter of time though, mate.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's why you
Yeah,
think
that's
that.
true.
So that's actually a high percentage. It's not even 100% in the fucking Freakazoid
That's
place.
true.
I want to shout out a very old friend. This is Zax, the man, the myth, the legend. We've all worked with him on this channel. He's been a long-time supporter. He used to mod. I finally got him to come on and be on, and we made some great content for season 1. Zax, it's great to see you. He's been a channel member for 14 months of my channel. Thank you. He said, what did I miss? We're just going through pictures, trying to decide what's.
Well, we just ruined the books for Nerd Man.
Yeah, well, there's that. Well, we're going through generalized
bro.
characters, trying to figure out what they're going to do in season 2. So
We didn't
That's
ruin
what
it.
I'm
It's still
that
fine.
comment
It's
made no
fine.
sense. That comment made no sense to me.
It's
say that.
still fine. It doesn't. He's okay. It's all right. It's like I said. It's the journey, not the destination. It'll be
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, and Mahalen Air says, wow, enjoy that, Nerdporio. It's a gift. It's like peeking at your Christmas presents, Brian. Remember? I mean, that's all it is. So
It's not a massive
No,
topic.
Yeah.
it's fine. Like honestly, it's
Yeah.
fine. You'll. It's not that big a deal. You'll be okay.
yeah. We got L Kizzle Sadai says feelings don't care about facts, though. That is true. Feelings do not care about facts. That's why they wear
Yeah,
the
that's why we are where
t-shirted
we are.
floral masks on their face, which don't work. 3 years later, here we are. You cannot get through to them. It's a cult, you know? All right, I'm going to show you one more picture because I think this is important. And let's just do this because we've been going a little while, and we can save this up for Steve's live stream too. We don't have to blow our wad in one night. We can blow our wad all over the place in smaller amounts. So here we
Dude,
go.
we're gonna be going hard, man. Streams, videos, it's coming. Just stay tuned to all our channels. We're gonna rip this to shreds.
We've seen this.
I want to talk about Loyal,
This
who
is an
you
old
can
one.
barely see back here. What do we think is going to happen to Loyal, who is with the Sea-Chan, who has feet like an elephant, who is behind this show's Dark One? What the hell is going on here? What is Loyal going to be doing in season 2? Is he going to be any good at all? Is he going to blow the horn? Is he going to save anybody? Is he just going to, like, what are they going to do with Loyal? I'm going to start with you on this, Nerdporio. What do you think they're going to do with Loyal? What should they be doing with Loyal?
Well, for starters, they need to put some boots on him because those elephant feet look awful. Like I'm curious if he's if they killed him. So they killed him in episode 8 last season. Like he got killed twice. Like you hear
Why?
it.
Why would he have died, Nerdporio? This is not a quiz. It's not a quiz.
Why would he have died?
Yeah.
Because he got stabbed in the chest twice.
With what?
With a blade. With
a
freaking
certain
blade.
dagger too. The Shadow Loga dagger.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he's going to be reincarnated as an elephant or an Oliphant, as Samwise Gamgee says in Lord of the Rings. And he's just wearing this mask just to cover it up.
You know, we were talking before we went live, like, are they going to admit their mistake that Loyal should be dead and this is going to be Loyal's twin sister who identifies as a male Ogier? Like, are they going to do something like that? The problem is it's not on the realm of possibility. Obviously, this is going to be Loyal again. I don't know how the hell they get out of this. I don't know how the hell they got out of this.
Salty, I don't want to disrupt or anything, but I have an idea about how they're going to portray Lanfear here.
Oh, let me shout out.
Yeah.
Let me do one thing. Silverlock is here. Silverlock is a really, really good dude. He makes my day whenever I go on Twitter, which never makes my day, but I see Silverlock showing his old 80s, 70s fantasy science fiction books, some of his collectibles, some of the toys he has, and the old RPGs that I used to play back when I was in elementary school. Good dude. Everybody just say hey to Silverlock. Silverlock, thank you for being here. You are a solid cat. Go ahead, Brian.
All right, so somebody, I think it was Elena, that brought up Lanfear, and I just thought of the stupidest idea because once again, I rewatched episode 8 yesterday, so that's rooted in my brain right now, and I don't know if I'll ever recover from that.
Brave man.
But apparently, the Age of Legends is basically Star Trek. So there's spaceships all over the place. It's like it's like his kingdom was practically San Francisco in the 24th century. But so what I'm thinking is, so I think Luce Theron is going to be cheating on his wife or whoever with Lanfear, and they're going to go off to either an alternate world or go off to Mars, and they're going to fuck. Or sorry. And he's gonna leave her. He's gonna leave her on that planet. He's gonna leave her on that planet, and that's.
I'm gonna interrupt you. Fuck it.
Sorry.
You are now weapons free. Weapons free. All right. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm sorry.
You have a stack of fucks 4 feet high. Go ahead. Fuck away. Go ahead. Let's do it. I don't even care.
Sorry.
Let's just go. It's all right. Go ahead. Look at the potty mouth on this guy from Chicago. All right. I'm just gonna say that. Go ahead, Nerdporial.
I'm sorry. I know you.
It's all right, dude. Just shut up and talk. It's fine. Fuck it. Let's go.
So Luce Theron.
You're as pink as a hot dog right now, Brian. Do you know that? Like, come on, you got it. I want to hear what you have to say. Come on, chat. Everybody say fuck it. Let's go. Come on, let's just roll it.
Luce Theron's gonna leave her on the plan. That's what's gonna make her evil. Like, because he just fucking
leave her on the
plan. He hits it and he quits it, and that's it. And that's why she. I mean, isn't this supposed to be the real? Isn't this supposed to be based off of our world? Apparently.
She's just standing there on Mars. She's like, what the fuck? I'm on Mars.
Well, I mean, look at Alita Duncan. Apparently, you heard it here first. If in season 2, Luce Theron goes to bang Lanfear on Mars, I want you to know that it came from Salty Traveling Seas live channel. All right, and this may have killed Steve, by the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Dave Z. Do says, how did Loyal get resurrected from the stab wound from the dagger and shader logo? Don't know, to quote a very large
I have a
YouTuber.
theory.
Oh, go ahead, Steve. Thanks
Loyal's
for that, Brian. I love that.
The dagger's gonna turn him evil.
Oh God!
Whoa!
Loyal's gonna be. He's gonna turn the bad guys. The dagger's gonna turn him evil.
He'll be like Mirror Spock, or or like bad guy Spock, or whatever the hell it is.
For a screenshot for one of my videos, and like it happened to be during that scene, right? So Lanita's probably going to heal him, but it's probably going to be similar to like he's going to have a wound that won't heal like Rand, so they'll steal another thing from Rand. So
that's what it is.
But it will slowly turn Loyal evil.
Everybody say goodnight to Cian Bloodbane. I'm a little behind on chat. Have a great show. Thank you so much for your comments. These were fantastic. You guys are freaking awesome. It's great. We still have 28 people here. I know it's dark 30 on the East Coast. And of course, here on the West Coast, it's only 9:15. But Evil Horned Rat God says, has a personification of evil. I take offense to you calling that used car salesman in the beard the Dark One.
Do you want a Subaru or?
So you should.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So you should.
Yeah. He's God. Yeah, I love it. It's like, yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. He's just like, I don't know. It's like, they didn't even call him Balsamon once. They didn't even call him Ishii once. It's just like, and he's just like,
One.
He's a therapist car salesman. He's like, Rand, would you like a Subaru or a Honda?
You guys, look at this from Stapleable. Remember, Sura?
Yeah, I've seen that
might
rumor.
Be Lanfear in
which would be
the
catastrophic.
Show.
They're gonna eliminate. They're gonna eliminate an actual BIPOC bad guy from the Shan-Chan if they put her in as.
Well, if that happens, okay, All right, never mind. I'm not even going to go down that road because then we'll be here for 4 hours. So, yeah, look at this one. This one comes from Gadfly. If Moiraine can survive a Thakandar blade, why shouldn't Loyal survive the Shader Logoth blade? Oh, right. Tam got taken out by a scratch from a Thakandar blade. Oh, consistency in storytelling. Well, he's a man. He's not Rosamund Pike.
I know how he's going to survive, and I have to credit Pips for bringing this up. It's the old trope of having the book in the pocket, kind of like James Bond did in Octopussy.
Oh, God.
That's because you know how Loyal carries books all the time. He's gonna have a book. He's gonna have like a pocket book or something.
You're probably right, but even though he does come out and wipe the blood off his dagger, like because I just watched that scene because I took the picture from it. You hear him stab twice. It goes shink. And then he does it again. He's like, shikink. And then he takes it out and he wipes the blood off. And then he does his monologue to Perrin. And then Perrin picks up that stupid looking axe and then goes, oh, I'm such a pussy wimp. I can't fight. And drops the dagger and lets him walk out.
Yeah.
By the way, the page would have ripped him to pieces at that point. But whatever. But who cares, right? Who cares?
Caleb Haynes nails it. Elon Theron Telemont. It's true. That would be Johnny Depp's ex-wife. There's something that YouTube did not let us talk about for a while. I want to shout out TRW 1974. When I first started going on Wheel of Time, he did this cool rhythm and blues matchup where he took my voice and overlaid it with some like Motown funk from the 70s with my review I was doing. And it's I rewatched that the other day, TRW 1974. That was really cool. Thank you for that. Lanfear is essentially the crazy ex-girlfriend trope.
Yep.
And evil.
So
go ahead.
Here's what I think. So I didn't even explain why he leaves her on the planet. Because she's
all right, let's
nuts.
wrap it up then, because you don't want to spoil the whole season.
She starts talking all creepy about power and everything, and Luce Theron's like, "Get the hell away from me!"
Wait, did she say she wanted babies? And then she's like, "Nope, Mars."
Nope. I'll tell you what. If they don't want babies, maybe they should go to Uranus.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. She'd like that. She'd like
Welcome.
that.
If you've never been to my channel before, this is how we roll. El Kizzle says, crazy ex-girlfriend is their hero nowadays. It's very true. Looking at you, Camilla. Is their hero nowadays because they give that ex what they deserve. Again, sympathetic backstory. Lanfear will have a sympathetic backstory. It will be a man's fault.
That's what...
Go ahead, Eldad.
That's what I reckon. That's what I reckon. What El Kizzle, nice name by the way. That's what I reckon too. There's no way they won't miss the opportunity to make the crazy ex-girlfriend like cool as hell.
He beat her.
Yeah, they love that shit. They love it. He deserved it. Yeah, they love it.
He beat her or something, and
we have Thumb Marilyn in the house. I've seen this guy over on Steve's when we've been doing live streams over there. Welcome, great to see you. Says, hi folks, have we all girded our loins for the imminent drop of the season 2 trailer? He's of course referring to this. I can't even say it without laughing. Amazon's Wheel of Time's own lore expert, book nerd, who I've put this tweet many times in my videos. We've talked about it on your show, Steve. Has anybody seen a damn thing from that woman since she said season 1 had its challenges, and I'm paraphrasing here, but season 2 will be completely unrecognizable, but it'll still be good? Has anybody seen her quote at all?
Nah, I've been muted.
I don't know. I haven't looked, to be honest, but I know there's been nothing. She hasn't said anything idiotic enough to be like highlighted lately. So nothing to piss off everybody to highlight that she said something dumb like "gird your loins" again. So I don't know. I don't know. They may have told her to be quiet. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. Well, she didn't help. I mean,
shut your mouth or Mars.
I appreciate the rare honesty from people involved in this show. Sarah, smile for a while for me, says, since men basically die when they get colds, it totally makes sense that a scratch would kill them. Oh, look what we have to put up with here. Look at what we got to put up here. Look at the man hate from Smile a While.
Man,
I'm just kidding, by the way.
I thought you liked this.
Man flu is a serious problem, mate.
Do you know colds hit men twice as hard as women? I mean, it's a fact.
Exactly.
I mean, we need to be pampered or we don't get better. It's just how it is. I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe that's why I'm alone.
I didn't want to say it, Steve. I did not want to say it. You're more than welcome to be here.
I just self-owned. What can I say?
Son of Jockster says season 2 cliffhanger will be a frozen stiff Lanfear floating weightless in the ring of Uranus.
She's just standing there like, Uranus.
I'll
now?
tell you
First
what, if
Mars,
they
now
did
Uranus?
that, I would actually probably love this show. If they just went full
prefer
balls
it.
out, like Space 2001 peyote, machine elf, Iwanasku experience. At this point, it would only make this show better. It would not still
I
be an
gotta-
adaptation.
Screaming.
It would still not be an adaptation, but it would at least be entertaining.
I
Just
got a serious question though. Can
All
the
right,
Dark One touch the surface of Uranus?
Not mine.
Oh,
Oh
snap.
yeah. Wow.
Why not? Why not?
That was terrible. Yeah,
I don't know. You could
I thought
probably
that was a
get
serious
past if you can
question.
get
Nerd man,
past.
just put yourself in the corner, mate.
Depends
Yeah.
if Lanfear's there or not.
Time out, nerd man.
That's all right, Sarah. Look who you're talking to.
No.
If anybody needs therapy, it's everybody on this panel. So you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to that. Evil horned rat god asked the question. My question is, how and why is Falme? Let's talk about
So
this.
we were talking about this yesterday too.
Let me
Salty, weren't
finish
we?
it. Yeah. We were looking at maps, and I can pull those up and how wrong it was. And we were comparing the actual books in the map, in maps in the book, and the distances, because we're nerds, right? And we're like, what the hell are they doing? So Evil Rat God says, my question is, how and why is Falme a desert when it's supposed to be a port town? Steve, Aldan, take it away. Go.
You want to go first, Aldan? Because I mean,
You go first, mate.
me go first? Because so I don't know if they got confused of where Falme is or not, or if this is some bad because me and Salty, there it is. He brought up the map. So this is 100% a map of Tyr, at least a location on the real Randland map. So we were looking at it the other day.
Yeah.
Now, Tyr, which has never fallen, Tyr, which has nothing to do with the Shan Chan at all, is in this picture taken over by Shan Chan with Shan Chan troops in the harbor and white cloaks, trebuchets, and knights out front of it. So I think they have changed the positions of Falme and Tyr, but that does, like, I don't know. Like, it's very confusing because they show, if correct me if I'm wrong, they showed the Stone of Tyr. Was that the Stone of Tyr in that episode with
Yes.
so they've shown the
With
Stone of
Swan.
Tyr.
Yeah, cold open.
So
In
how
a tropical rainforest
so
on a
it just-
river.
Right. So how, like, I don't under, like, it's I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things I'm racking my brain. It's like, is this supposed to be Falme? Is this Tyr? I don't know.
Let's let Aldan talk about it, and then Nerd Poriel, because I want to get to this quote. Go ahead, Aldan.
Well, are you saying that that's the fingers of the dragon?
If you bring up a map of Randland, that is 100% where
Yeah, I'm
Tyr
looking
is.
at one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the fingers of the dragon right there. Sailing, and you got the dragon wall right next to it. That is Tyr's.
Yeah.
That is Tyr's location on a Randland, on the map of Randland.
Yeah, which is funny because I think when this picture came out, right, didn't they disavow it and say that it was just some people playing a tabletop game or whatever? So perhaps that
Maybe.
This
I don't
was
know.
part of their sizzle reel. This is part of Amazon's sizzle reel. These are the shape of the boats that sent the tsunami to kill the little girl at the end of season 1. Okay. Also, those trebuchet that you're seeing there that are in white, you see their white cloaks in the desert with trebuchet. Okay.
Yeah. So
like I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying if they said that, then God help them. God help them because they are SOL. Go ahead, Aldan.
The reason that, to answer the question, like the reason that they've done this is because they were shooting in Morocco. That's why. So like it doesn't. That's why it'll look like a desert. To answer the question, it won't be for any other reason other than this is what we're doing. This is where we are when we're shooting this particular scene or whatnot.
Look at this from Gad.
That would
go ahead. Look at this from Gadfly Fiction, Aldan. He says, my theory is that it is neither Falme nor Tyr, but is actually going to be Rudian. Eldan, what do you think about
Yeah,
that?
that's
No way. No way.
well, that's nowhere near where Viridian would
No
be,
way.
but obviously
With the
No.
IOAs,
that's
I get it, but I mean, could this
No
show
way.
do this? I mean,
I-
Eldan, what do you think?
no, I don't even think they could do that. I don't think that they could make that fit into what they're doing.
Steve,
I don't think that works.
what do you think?
Was muted. I was blinking. I don't think so. I think everybody is now, and rightfully so. Everybody is seeing desert and dead stuff and plains of nothing and thinking, well, that should be the waste. I don't think any of it is the waste. I don't
I
think
agree.
we're going to see the IO waste at all. I think Rand is going to be that wheel picture with Rand strapped to the wheel. I think Rand is going to get captured, and they're all going to have to save him.
From
And
the
he's
White
going to-
Cloaks.
and he's going to
I-
maybe the white cloaks or the Shantan, one or the other, right? I'm not sure which. I don't know which at this point, but they're going to have him strapped to the wheel, and they're going to have to save him before whatever happens in Falme tier, Fall tier, Talme. I don't know what the hell it is, but I don't think we're going to hit the waist at all. But if they did, oh my. If this is Roydion, holy Mary, man, oh my God!
But if it is, that then substantiates the Raven staff that we talked about. And what if Rand,
Oh God,
not Rand, but I'm almost convinced Nynaeve is going to get Calendar.
There will be no calendar. Oh my God, you guys are just trying to make me
I don't think there'll
fucking
be
lose my
calendar.
mind. Staff.
There won't be a calendar. There won't be calendar this season. I don't think they'll do
They're
both.
not gonna
They'll
do
do
it
the
at all.
horn and they'll hold
Oh my
calendar.
God.
Dave Zidu says, Corey, I'm guessing Amanda Schumann told Sarah Nakamura to shut up and get on her knees. Wow, I should have read that before I read that out loud. And beg for forgiveness. Yeah, I mean, imagine if you're the lore expert. Imagine if that Rings of Power. Remember that crazy Spanish chick who's talking about we have to decolonize Tolkien. Remember that with Rings of Power. Imagine if that Rings of Power showrunner came out on social media and said, "Yeah, this has nothing to do with Tolkien. I mean, we got Puerto Rican elves and we got like Broadway stage actress, multiracial women singing gospel in Khazad-dûm. This is not Tolkien. You know what I mean? But it's still a good show. Imagine if they were that honest with the Rings of Power. It's fascinating." Staplebo asks a question: why would the Sage-Hand invade Tyr
Yeah.
first when it's so far south? I don't know.
It makes
Why
no
didn't
sense.
they go
Like,
to
that's what-
Caitlin? Steve, Brian, take it.
Well,
I'm sorry.
it has to be fake. Like, it has to be a fake image, or it has to be like, let's throw an Easter egg. Like I can't. I don't like Matt's staff. Like Matt's staff having the Raven on it is probably going to have zero bearing on the story at all. It's an Easter egg. This map will be just an Easter egg or a mistake. There is no way. I don't think Tyr will be in the show at all. I don't think Calendar will be in the show at all. I think they will just call this Falme and hope that people won't pay attention to the stupid map location and how it doesn't work at all for where Falme is supposed to be. I think it's just.
You could be
I
right.
think it's just a complete mistake. I think they asked a prop person to make a map of Falme. They got confused and made a map of Tyr, and they're like, "Well, aren't they the same? You guys said they're the same book, so I just picked the location from it and made a map." And they're like, "Well, you picked the wrong
That makes
location."
sense.
That's
They could be changing the map.
Yeah.
You might be right about that. That's probably the best explanation.
Nerdporial, what do you think about this? Do you have an opinion on this?
This is just a map. I have no idea, honestly.
Okay. TRW, it says, wasn't there an article recently suggesting the showrunners were preparing for anger from book readers in season 2? There's constantly things like that, but what they say is we're divisive, nitpicky, and the heart of the books is in this show. And that's probably how I'm going to start winding down, because kids, I have visual aids, and I'm not talking about season 3 glimpses. I'm talking about something from the creative genius behind this show. And I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen. You guys in chat, enjoy this. I don't know how many people have ever seen this, but let's go ahead and do it.
I I lie awake at night wondering if I got it wrong all the time, because I think
So
if you're not
you-
doing that, then you've gotten arrogant and you're not doing the job. And the job is to take these books that everyone loves and that I love.
Oh, fuck me.
What an asshole, man. What an asshole.
Well,
Go ahead, Eldan.
such-
Let fly.
I'm not gonna. It's such a shame. I just think it's such a shame that if it's not malice, then it's the level of delusion to believe what you're saying in that instance is extraordinary, and I find that really sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. If you had more to say, go ahead. We got a little bit of a lag in Australia, so you can tell me to shut up, if you're not done. So.
Oh yeah, no. The lack of self-awareness of someone to be speaking about arrogance and trying not to do the thing that he just completely did, and coming across as genuine when he says it is like, and I've said this before, I don't know, I really think that Rafe believes what he says when he says these things. I really do. And that's a bigger problem for me than it being malicious or intentional. I think that that's just his perception, and the internal bias coming out in the end product is just a result of someone that can't step outside of their own shoes and look from an outside perspective, to remove your biases and to leave them at the door. And I think I said this to you, Salty, previously, mate, but like, it would be like someone with a conservative Christian background coming in and turning Rand into Jesus, which you can do, which you could do if you really wanted to. But that would be that would show like a lack of integrity as a creative, or from my behalf or whatever. So it just makes me sad. It really does when I watch stuff like that, because it's only going to get worse. It can't get better if this is actually how he thinks. Yeah.
Go ahead, Nerdporial.
I mean, like I don't know if I asked this online, but did I ask that? Remember that question, the Ryan Johnson, Rafe Judkins question? Did I ask that online? Can I ask that now?
Go ahead, please.
Who do you think's the bigger fan? Ryan Johnson with Star Wars or Rafe Judkins with the Wheel of Time?
You know what's sad? Just because I almost agree with I think I pretty much agree with everything Aldan said. I think Rafe is probably a bigger fan of Wheel of Time. I think he's just delusional.
Yes.
I'm going to disagree. But go ahead, Steve.
Well, I think because I don't think Rafe Judkins is a fan, or not. I'm sorry. I don't think Ryan Johnson is a fan of Star Wars at all. No. So I think that probably Rafe has at least read it at some point, whereas Ryan Johnson has no idea what Star Wars even is. He just wanted to get into a big property so he could do his nonsense. So I mean, we're talking about levels of, percentages of 0 to 10, but I think that Rafe has I think he has convinced himself that he's doing well. I think it's like Eldan said.
He was rewarded for this.
Well, he actually looks at I think he actually looks at it and says, "Job well done. I didn't get it wrong." It's like that's the delusional part. Is he thinks he's nailed it, and I think he genuinely thinks he nailed it, and that is, like Eldan said, is the problem, is that he doesn't see that he's not even close.
He got rewarded for this. He got Uncharted, which was dog shit. And then he also got the God of War because he's so faithful and so good at doing adaptions of complicated high fantasy book series. They gave him the fantasy video game God of War. At some point, Rafe, you have to put a lot of blame at Rafe, but there are the people who hired him and who, for whatever reason, fear of being exposed for incompetence, in my opinion, are like, we have to keep giving this guy stuff, even though the shit that he's made is failing. We got to make it look like he's smart and he knows what he's doing. So let's give him something else. The other thing is he's cheap. I bet you he's cheap,
All that money goes to the billions of executive producers, and they got to get rid of Jennifer Salke. Like, sorry, but Jennifer Salke is the is the root of all evil here.
100%.
I'm going to go through a couple of these chats and we're going to start winding down because it's late for everybody on the East Coast. We still have 30 people here. Don't worry. We will be back on Prophet of the Dragons channel multiple times, probably on Wednesday. Let's go ahead. Can't do Kalendor because that implies a gendered one power. And we will be talking about that. All of these scenes, all of these things that we love, all of the things that made these books memorable and that had through 3 books, these characters, Rand, Mat, Perrin, Egwene, Nynaeve, all had arcs that led them to certain conflicts in certain roles they had, and they grew to meet those challenges. Not just Perrin, Mat, and Rand, but also Egwene and Nynaeve. You know?
I got a question. I got a question.
Okay.
And this is the assumption that they're going to reveal, Saidin and Saidar. Do you think they have the gall to make a third power, like a
I do.
And let's just like an allegory that may start with TRANS.
You can say it on my channel. It's my channel. Do you mean there'll be a trans power as well? It'll be a combination.
I'll call it like Saidana or Saidama or something.
Just call it Madonna. We'll just call it Madonna.
I'm sorry, I have all these weird ideas because I
Wheel of Time, but that's why you're my friend, Ryan.
8.
You're crazy, and so am I. Eldan, what do you think about that? You think they're going to have a third? Maybe they'll have 3,000 more genders too, because why not?
Treating.
I think that with where we're up to in the story, which is similar to where Nerdman is up to in the story, I think it would be. I don't think they will do that. Yeah.
Alina asks a question about Rings of Power. I just want to say this. I don't care. And I don't mean that at you. I just don't care. I don't care what Rings of Power does. I don't care what they do. I really, really don't. They could bring in a bunch of pygmies and have them dance around while playing accordions and say that it's something. And it literally would not emotionally affect me anymore because this show is a joke and it is dead to me. I have tried covering Rings of Power on my channel. No one gives a shit. No one cares. No one cares. So again, that's not directed at you and Alina. It's just that I honestly don't give a shit about that show. I stopped watching after episode 4 or 5, the first season, and walked away from hundreds and hundreds of views, which I wanted, but I could not sit there and watch that filth anymore.
Yeah, so we were on Salty's channel covering the first few episodes, and then Salty's like, "I'm done. I give up." He's like Jar Jar in episode 1. He's like, "I give up. And
no, I can't. Life's too short.
And then Steve took over it, and then Steve's head nearly exploded. So all I could say is, he is always right.
As it does, my head explodes constantly. I don't know how it's still on my head, but. How did your spoiler chat get held for review? And just everybody be careful. Nerporial is we've already ruined enough for him. He's on Shadow Rising. So just be careful a little bit. So we haven't had anything earth shattering yet.
I don't know. You guys am I caught up on super chats and everything else in member chats? You guys have been doing the Lord's work tonight. El Kizzle Sadai says Duper's delight smile. I know. I thought that was going to be something else because I'm a little tired. But Staple Bow says, I tend to try and not assume the worst, but I find it hard to believe that it isn't malice with this show at this point.
I think it
is. What did Rafe Judkins do on social media? All of us who didn't like the show, he threatened us and said, if you keep bitching about this and me changing the sexuality of these characters, I will make even more characters gay. Now, someone in chat earlier said that they were going to make Perrin gay.
I thought he was, based on that creepy on that scene.
His wife, who was a beard that he killed because he's gay. Because, do you think Elias is going to hook up with Perrin? Oh, I can't even.
I mean, like right before,
my mouth a little bit,
right before Rand leaves Faldara, they're like practically like they're like look like they're about to kiss.
Yeah, well, I still like that theory that he hasn't been scoping out Egwene, and he's not jealous of Egwene. He's jealous of Egwene being able to be with Rand.
Not only that, she says, I love Rand. And he's like, I do too. I was I
love him too. It's like,
and we're not talking the the Tolkienian type of love. We're
Look,
talking.
man, you can love a bro, but it's like that's not how it came across. It came
Yeah,
across.
you don't
that
go
was-
to Mars.
that's
You
not
don't go to
bro.
Mars with Lanfear with a bro,
No,
or you don't
no.
go to your bro's Uranus either. Let's be
Hey,
really
you know
clear
what,
about
Perrin? You're being a little bit of a whiny
Damn
bitch.
right you don't.
Mars for you. Let's go.
I love the comments we're getting in this, and I'm trying to catch up in chat. It's just,
Yeah, this is what I was saying.
yeah.
What this
Smile a while for me says, and this is her comment as a
She's
Christian.
been
I
killing
don't
it tonight, by the way. She's been killing it. Sorry.
Yeah.
don't want the characters of every series to be an allegory of Christ's sacrifice, but the left feels like all books need to be an allegory for their BIPOC LGBTQ plus religion. That's true, because it's about occupying.
Yeah.
It's not about equality, and it's not about existence. It's not about coexistence. It's about dominance and destruction.
It's about propaganda, is what it's about. It's about propaganda.
Yeah. We've got some great comments here. I'm going to try and wind this thing down. We're getting on about 2 hours. Yeah, some type of trans power. Gender is a spectrum, so why not, according to political theory? Maybe we're going to get some climate change in season 2. Let's get some climate change.
Man.
Why
Let's
not?
get the Will of the Winds in there. Let's just force it in there.
Yeah.
Why not? Oh, boy.
Everybody, let's go around the panel. Your final predictions. What do you think will be the craziest thing that Rafe Judkins and Amanda Schumann in Amazon? What is the craziest thing that you can come up with they're going to do, which is believable in season 2 with your favorite character? And I'm going to go ahead and do this. Steve, I'm going to give you Rand. I'm going to give Aldan Matt. And because there's only in Nerdporial, you can pick any other character. You can pick any other character, and I'll give you time to think.
Well, I already did Lanfear.
All right.
Craziest thing they'll do with Rand.
Yeah, let's go ahead with the craziest thing they're going to do with Rand.
So I think it sounds bad. It's not. It doesn't seem that crazy, but he's going to lose. I think it's going to be straight up. He's going to fight, and he's going to lose, and he's going to need to be saved. And that sounds like a small thing, but that's a huge thing for the Dragon Reborn to not succeed. I think he will. I think you guys are all probably right. I don't think the Turok fight's going to happen with him. I think it's probably going to be taken away. And I think that whatever penultimate, if he even gets a battle, like that's the other thing, he might. But I think whatever he does, he is not going to be the savior of the day. I don't think he's going to get his sky battle at all. I don't think he's going to be declared again to the world as the dragon. And then there's going to be nothing that proves it to himself that he's the dragon, because he already has, right? In this show, he's already proven. There's nothing driving him to the stone to get Kalendor. There will be no Kalendor because there's nothing driving him there. I think that he will be absent for most of the show, then show up at the end and lose and get captured and need to be saved.
I think they're going to have Suan Sanche be more than Rosamund Pike's lesbian lover. I think it's going to take Suan Sanche and all of the tower to do the battle, to win the battle that Rand Althor in the show couldn't win. I think you're onto something there. What about you, Aldan? What do you think we're going to do to Matt? We've got Stablebo saying Matt will join the C-Chan in the show. What do you think they're going to do to Matt, dude?
Why not?
I think the worst thing I think they're going to do a lot of bad things to Matt. I am actually hopeful on a positive note. I'm hopeful for I like the old actor, but even the new guy, like I've seen some of his work and I don't hate it. The worst thing they're going to do to Matt is going to be, because I think they're just going to completely cut his Great Hunt stuff out. That's not going to happen. He's going to start in Tarvalon and just kick off with his Dragon Reborn arc, albeit a bastardized one. And I think the worst thing they're going to do, and it's not even going to be the wrecking of the Quarterstaff fight with the boys, it's going to be his escape from Tarvalon and how amazing. We were talking about this the other day, Nerd Man. Like my favorite chapters in that book. Like that's what they're going to do to Matt. They're going to take away the hilarity and the awesomeness of his escape from Tarvalon and how funny it was him trying to get away from the crazy women and all this sort of stuff. And his luck and how that works. They're going to destroy his luck, because this is, for Matt, this is where it starts, right? The real Matt Cawthon stands up here. And so that's the worst thing they're going to do to Matt Cawthon, I think. And if they don't, to be honest, I won't hate this. If they get that one thing right, if they get Matt's escape from Tarvalon right, for me personally, I don't care what they do with the rest of it, to be frank. I would love to see if someone do that right, if that makes
He's
sense.
just gonna walk out,
I'll-
bro. He's just gonna walk out.
No, though, he'll get the girls will let him out. I think
Maybe. They'll take him with them, right? They'll just grab him and say,
Yeah.
"Come on, let's go." They'll break him out.
Thumb Maryland says, of course, Moiraine in season 1 already said Matt's inner darkness was feeding the Shader Logoth dagger. I fucking hate this show. I hate what they've done to it. I really hate what they did to Matt. I really, really, and of course, the reason why they're doing it is because Matt is the type of man, young man, that these women and these intersectional male feminists fear. He's a rascal. He's a rogue. He counts on luck. He's a wild card. He's quick. He's smarter than them. And so, of course, they're going to cut his nuts off. Nerdporial, what did you end up on, man? What did you end up on as far as what do you think the craziest thing they're going to do to somebody in this season is?
Well, I don't think any of them are going to go through the flicker thing.
Yeah,
I don't think any of them are going to change at all. They're not going to experience anything. There's going to be no. I don't think there's going to be any travel stones whatsoever. So whether they go to another world or alternate realities and everything, don't think any of that's going to happen. Unless what was his name? What'd you call him? Dark One sales.
I said he was a used BMW salesman. Steve thinks he's a used Subaru salesman.
Yeah, the used Subaru salesman might bring up one of maybe another one of Egwene's or Nynaeve's things. The one where let's go with the easy one. The one where she's sitting in the field with Lan. That's the one I could see. Like anything that requires action, they don't have the ability to make. So and of course they already cut out Agenor and Balthamel fight from season 1 from the Eye of the World. So you're not going to see Nynaeve taking on Agenor, and you're not going to see. And you're not going to see
accepted thing. Yeah, you're
and
right.
you're not going to have that insane Egwene, like killing 13 fades and the Black Aja taking over the tower. You're not going to see something insane like that, and you're definitely not going to see Caemlyn and Rand being crushed in Dragon Reborn, and then he's like, kill me.
You're not going to see Perrin rescuing Nynaeve and Egwene from the cell where the Black Aja put him.
Yeah, you mean
Matt.
Matt.
Sorry, you're not going to see Matt. It's late. It's getting late, guys.
Yeah.
Alina Duncan, and I haven't eaten dinner. I didn't eat lunch either, so it's like it's 10 o'clock.
Me either, bro.
Alina Duncan says all the guys will be portrayed as evil or crazy. The girls will overpower them, and everyone will like them. That is intersectional feminist storytelling. Trip asked the question, did I already miss the yelling and breaking stuff? No, that is going to happen Wednesday morning and Wednesday evening when we're on Prophets of the Dragon. Let's do this one. Alina, she says, if I missed it, but did you guys have predictions for Ishmael? We're going to talk. I think we'll do that on Steve's channel because that's a really long conversation. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and when we say Ishmael, they just call it the show's Dark One, so it's all and Steve, you talked about that on the video we did on your channel, talking about commingling all the Dark Ones, and everybody's a Dark One, like it's an Oprah Winfrey thing. So, TRW, you're going to be the last comment that we go with tonight. Dang, there are so many iconic scenes we will never see.
And thank God. Can you imagine if they tried?
At this point, yeah. At this point, that's why I said I had to change my vote, because Rand not being there for the whole show is probably a blessing in disguise.
I've said it before. I hope somebody somewhere does a faithful adaptation of this show. and I need to reload chat because my thing is being crazy. I don't know if it blew up or not, but we're going to wind down anyway. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here tonight.
Legend.
Yeah, thank you very much, Napoleon, for being here. Aldan, as ever, thanks for being here again. Informal announcement: Steve will be covering this probably live when this thing drops at 9 a.m. East Coast time. That's 6 a.m. on my side of the world. I will be up for it, and of course, we will be on Prophet of the Dragons channel Wednesday evening to talk about what we got and everything else like that. Smile a while for me says almost midnight here, and I should go to sleep. Fantastic panel and chat. Always a pleasure to be here. Trip says, geez, you don't have to run away just as I got here.
It's going
It's
2
Steve.
hours, foo-foo.
It's Steve. He's like, foo-foo's here. I got a GTFO. Good night to you, Horned Evil Rat God TRW. See you folks again. It meant a lot for you guys to be here tonight, and I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Times are tough right now, and I know it. I am so grateful for your super chats. Thank you very, very much. And I'm just as grateful for all of you who have been with us for almost 2 hours and the wonderful questions you had. Before we go, Nerdporial, if you can still see straight, what is the final poll that we have there? What is our final results?
All right, let's take a look. So,
all right.
Which character from the books will be the most wrecked in season 2?
Here we go.
49 votes. Rand still is in the lead at 51%. Followed closely by Matt at 35%.
Wow.
Other went down to 8%, and
Okay.
Perrin is at the lowest at only 6%.
It is interesting. It is interesting. We should talk about that again at some point. I just think people have written off Perrin so much that there's no way it could be redeemed or wreck them any more than they already did, which is a goddamn shame because Perrin's one of my favorite bro characters.
Well, they're all great. It's a shame for all of them, but it's weird. It's just God, it's hard to think about. They're all going to be destroyed.
Oh, Trip says they found a picture of Aiel carrying the spears on their backs. Yeah, I cannot wait. We're going to be doing a lot of pooling of resources to coming battle. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
It's going to come hard at us, and we're all of us are going to be working together to make things. Steve, you can shout anything up before you go? Are we done? We good?
You already sort of did it. So Wednesday we're going to do quite a bit of streaming. We're gonna try and go live during the release of the trailer, just to give a premiere, give a right away quick reaction to it, maybe a short stream, and then we're gonna do an unhype on Wednesday night. So Wheel of Time season 2 unhype Wednesday night. We're gonna tear it to pieces until we're done tearing it to pieces, and then we're gonna just come at it hard. I got to get together with we make sure you're subbed to Salty, of course, Nerdporial. I'd say Aldan, but Aldan's doesn't have a channel right now for some darn reason. And White Cloaks, especially White Cloaks, Lady Balefire, everybody. We're gonna hopefully we're gonna form a dragon's peace, form the Legion of the Dragon, and we're gonna tear this stuff to pieces together bit by bit, because like I said.
Is the Legion like a gang? Once you're in for life.
Legion is the Legion.
And if you attempt to leave, then your life is forfeit.
Yes.
No, that's the Dragonsworn, I think. The Legion's a little bit nicer. You try to leave the Dragonsworn, you're a dead man, bro. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're done.
All right.
Yeah. So thanks, buddy.
All right.
Thank you, chat. You guys were freaking Staple Bow. I see you, bro. I see you trying to piss me off at and you got me a few times. I see you. I got keywords stacked up.
Don't stop. Everybody, have a good night. I'm going to play the outro that has not been updated with new channel members. If you'd like to support this channel, all of our channels that have memberships, consider becoming a member of this channel. Everybody, again, my heartfelt thank you for hanging out with us late, for the super chats. They mean a lot. Thank you so much to all of my channel members. Please, everybody, hang tight. Wednesday, whatever we think is going to go wrong, it's going to be a lot worse. See everybody later.
Bye. Oh, hello.